So a few years ago, I was overseas sitting in a park. I was watching all the people go about their lives, and I wondered for myself, what would it be like to see these people through the eyes of God? And I remember at the time taking myself up into the theta brainwave state and having a look at the people in the park. And I could just feel this beautiful love for every single person in the park. No matter how they looked, no matter how they walked, it really didn't matter. It was just this beautiful, unconditional love. And in that moment, I realized that to some extent, it's harder being human because we end up choosing a particular person with whom we want to have a relationship. Of course, some people are polyamorous and they may choose to be with more than one person at one time, and others might choose to be with one person at one time, but go through a series of different relationships during their lifetime. And sitting in the park, I was thinking to myself, my goodness, how difficult must it be for us as human beings to select who we actually want to be with? For me, the notion of a soulmate is ideal when we start thinking about true love and what it means. To actually experience a soulmate is absolutely possible for you. I know a lot of you watching this video at the moment may be single. You may have given up on the idea of a soulmate. And so in 5 points, I'm hoping just to inspire you a little bit not to give up on the idea of a soulmate. So firstly, let's recognize that everyone's tastes do differ. You need to get really clear on what is it that you are after. Do you want to just have a short-term relationship, or would you like to have a long-term relationship? Are you looking for a life partner? Are you looking for someone who you can marry? Are you looking for someone who is your divine life partner? Is that person a man, a woman, or does it not matter? What does that person look like? What kind of qualities do they have? Are they going to be sharing your spiritual journey with you? Or is it okay if they're not spiritual at all? Then, when you get clear on what it is that you want in this particular person, what attributes, what traits, what values, virtues, habits, behaviors, perhaps health, different things about them, then you may need to take some practical steps to actually go about meeting this particular person. I remember someone saying to me, well, I'm just, going to find my soulmate, but I'm not interested in going out and actively finding somebody. And I said, that's fine. Are you on the internet? Are you on a dating app? And the person said, no. If the law of attraction works, then someone will eventually come to me and that will just be how it is. And I remember saying, well, hopefully then, whoever you employ to come and work at your house is actually your most compatible soulmate. Because you may need to join a dating site. You may need to go to a particular place in order to be in the right place at the right time to meet your most compatible soulmate. You've got to follow your intuition here. Because initially, maybe you need to just make some friends. If it's just about sex for you, then that's fine. But if you want soulmate love, your most compatible soulmate, then sex is not the be-all and end-all of everything. Of course, the physical connection is important. But a true soulmate, your most compatible soulmate, is probably someone with whom you can share your dreams and your fears. So someone who is actually a friend, someone you can confide in as part of your day-to-day life. As you go about meeting different people, don't bank on one person. In my mind, the way The Bachelor and The Bachelorette works is actually quite good in some ways, because it probably is better for you to meet a whole range of people and to see which is the one that you feel most comfortable with, which is the one that you share interests with, which is the one that you feel that spark, that real connection from soul to soul. But the next point to bear in mind is that you're going to have to work on yourself as well. If you've been single for a while, you're divorced or widowed, or perhaps you've never really been in an intimate relationship, what kind of relationship do you have with yourself that is sending out a vibration because that is going to kind of set the tone, if you like, of the person that you're going to attract to you. So if you're a particularly angry person all the time, and you're sending out that energy of anger out into the universe, it might be met by someone who is equally angry, or someone who goes about pleasing people because they can't deal with angry people, and so they come into your life in order to save you. So working on yourself also means becoming very aware of who you are and what do you like, and what would you like to be able to do with your most compatible soulmate. Surely you would like to attract someone into your life who is interested in you, and someone who you are interested in. And so you've got to get really clear in terms of what is it that you're sending out. And then lastly, when you actually do decide that you want to go out, attract your most compatible soulmate, you have done some work on yourself, you've cleared some of your own issues, and you're now sending an energy out into the universe that says, this is the kind of person I want, and this is the kind of person I am, so that it's like the vibrations can meet, like a radio station. You know, the other person can find your frequency and tune into you. Then you've got to actually meet up, and you've got to go on some dates, and that does take courage. And you have to obviously see if it works out and if a relationship can follow. And I wish you well in your pursuit of a soulmate.